I get pretty consistent questions about different terms I use when sharpening knives. So I figured I'd do a quick video and just kind of lay it out in a very simple format from a whiteboard I stole from my kid and a couple of his erasable markers. So when you're sharpening a knife, we're going to say this is our knife blade. Yes, I know we're nowhere near to scale, but deal with it, move on. I know everybody out there knows how to do it better than I do it. Thank you. Your input's always appreciated.
Just because I'm in a bunny suit doesn't mean I haven't stumbled across a basic truth now and then. The feeling of being insufficiently appreciated is a common childhood lament.
Anyway, when you sharpen, you take a stone and you grind it on the edge here. This edge would be the bevel, and this is set at a certain angle, let's say 20 degrees. You want to make sure this edge is set to 20 degrees and is even throughout the entire edge of the knife. Yeah, I know, beautiful artwork. I could have gone to art school.
I'm a loner, Daddy. A rebel.
And a lot of times people kind of question, why do I need to do so much work to even it out? And it's because a lot of factory knives are done on belts, and just the natural way. Oh, here. We'll use this. If you're sharpening something on a stone, it's really tough to keep a perfect flat angle the entire time. Your body kind of naturally wants to pick up a little bit. That's why the angle can so consistently be so different here, here, and here. It could be, if this is 20 degrees, this could be 25, this could be 27. You don't know. And what I try to do is I try to even it out throughout the entire thing so everything looks uniform and is uniform. And a lot of people have trouble understanding that part. I guess I've never really done the greatest of jobs of explaining it.
What are you gonna do?
I thought I'd get your theories, mock them, then embrace my own.
All right, so let's get into how we sharpen a knife. Ready?
No, don't do this. Don't start with me. Start. Come on. I need you, Eleanor. I need you now.
No, it's not that kind of video. Okay, so again, for lack of a better term, we're just going to say this is kind of a standard profile of our knife. It's kind of a flat grind. We'll get into that in a little bit. As you sharpen, here's our stone. What? Seriously? Okay. Sorry, I was told I was slacking on my work here. As you sharpen, you take the stone and you go across this angle. As you do, sorry, can't do it with that on, you build up material on this side. Wait, here. Let's get extra fancy.
Do I really look like a guy with a plan?
Y'all are getting my A game today. As you grind material, it kind of builds up on this side. This red, it's red, I think so. I don't tell color real well. This red is called the burr. And that is how we know we're getting this edge to where we want it. And we're hitting the entire surface of the edge. If we weren't, we could just be getting like here or here if it's too steep. And when we're sharpening, what we want to look for is on the total knife edge, the burr is all the way uniform, up and down the knife. That means we have a proper reprofiled edge, everything's in order, and we have a full sharpening happening. Not just, okay, I've got great burr here, nothing here. That don't work. No.
I am serious, and don't call me Shirley.
So we know what the burr is. That's what we want to get before we move to a next stone. It means we're actually getting sharp. Sometimes people can confuse a burr. Well, we're going to get a little technical here, and I know the net nerds are probably just waiting to pounce. I just love critics.
Shut up!
Focus. Focus. Okay, I'm back. Sometimes what can happen with the burr is it builds up, but when you go side to side, it gets kind of straight up and down. It's usually got a little bit of an angle to it like we have right here. This is called a wire edge. And this gives a lot of people false confidence. They think, oh, it's really, 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 really sharp. And it is for one cut. As soon as you do a cut, this tiny little sliver of metal that you were working on snaps off. And then the knife that you thought, well, it was so sharp, now isn't. That's because it had a wire edge. You thought it was sharp. I guess in kind of sort of a way it was, but it wasn't. Follow so far? Yeah, I know. But it's clear as chocolate milk, huh?
Would you like to know more?
So, we've covered a burr. We've covered basic sharpening. Different edge grinds. This one messes a lot of people up. For lack of better drawing, let's go a flat grind. This is our typical V-shape. Well, that's horrible. That actually looks more like a hollow grind.
This sucks. Yeah, it really sucks. This sucks more than anything that has ever sucked before.
This is a flat grind. It means just what it says. And it tapers all the way down. These usually get really, really sharp. Do you see them a whole lot anymore? No, things are getting a bit more fancy these days. I like it. It's old school, works. That is a flat grind because it's, say it with me, class, flat. Convex. Spend some time on an internet knife forum. You're welcome. Convex is a very hotly contested and debated issue. And it's passionately loved, it's passionately hated, and it's kind of got reasons for both. A convex edge, again, for lack of simplicity, kind of goes like this. You find this on a lot of axes, on a lot of really heavy-duty hardcore outdoor knives. The issue here is convex edges, in my opinion, never feel overly sharp. Even when they are, they don't feel real sharp. And it's because of how much material there is. And you can see the difference. If you try to sharpen a convex edge with a stone, if my lighting would cooperate, there we go. You can see you're pretty much going to hit like the apex of it. You're going to really have to struggle to get anywhere near the actual point of the blade. And it's just never going to work out right for you if you try to sharpen it on a conventional sharpener. Convex edges, generally speaking, are done on belts. And a lot of companies, Zero Tolerance, I think, does it on a belt, and they do convex edges on a lot of them anymore, I think. It's a really quick way to do it. It's a really quick way to get a really sharp edge, but maintaining it can be an issue if you don't have the right equipment. Because if you try to attack it... Yes, monkey. Sorry. If you try to attack this with a stone, you're going to be grinding all day, because what you have to do is you have to take this back to a flat grind, and all that material is going to come off before you start developing your burr. Good luck. Bring a lunch. Been there, done that. That's what's considered reprofiling. So what's good about convex? You can see here how much material there is behind the edge. They don't really chip. They're really tough to roll. They're tough to damage. It lasts a long time because you've got so much material. What's it mean to roll an edge? Okay, so here's our knife. If you take this edge and basically bend it in spots, that's called rolling. So if you take your knife and you look at it, and you can put it on different angles in light, and you see weird little flat spots, shiny spots, dull spots, that's rolled edge. You can take your fingernail. If you watch my videos, the 3 people that actually do, you'll see me taking my fingernail and picking at the underside. That's looking for a burr. A burr and a rolled edge are basically the same thing, except the rolled edge comes from damage. If you're smacking your knife blade into something, you could roll the edge. If it's done right, probably not, but it still can happen if you do it dumb enough. So convex edges aren't bad. To go from a convex to a flat grind, there's some work involved. There's some work involved. Okay, so we've covered flat, we've covered convex. Another one you'll hear a lot is hollow. So a hollow is kind of what it sounds like. It comes in, again, I'm really trying to exaggerate this so you can see it. The edges pull way into a point, and these can get just crazy sharp because there's so little material behind the blade, and they slice really well. You've got your spine up here, upper area of spine. Spine. You've got your strength here, but you've got very little material here, and it can get very, very, very sharp. You don't see a lot of this anymore. Older hunting knives, this was commonplace. Newer stuff, you just don't see it. Aesthetically, a lot of people say not really their favorite. I don't know. People are weird.
Nobody likes you. Everybody hates you. You're gonna lose.
Weird people. Oh yeah, I'm kicking a hornet's nest on this one.
It's showtime.
Scandi grind. Kind of looks similar to a hollow grind, but a Scandi grind, you've seen, like a Mora is a really prime example of a Scandi grind. It is thick blade stock up until here, and then you've got a gigantic shiny portion for your blade edge, and it tapers everything down in, let's say, the last 3/8 of an inch. I have nothing against them directly, other than I don't see the point. I get it. A lot of people think that outdoor wise they're great, they hold the edge longer. I think it's being different for the sake of being different. I've heard a lot of argument they hold an edge longer. I don't know, to each their own. That is a Scandi grind. High-end bushcraft knives have it, Moras have it. I don't know. It's not for me, but that's also not my world either. So we've covered flat, we've covered convex, we've covered hollow, covered scandi. Really about the only other common one, Emerson folks, I did not forget you, chisel grind. And that is, you only sharpen on one side, and this side is completely flat.
I am not nice.
Nah. Yeah. Moving on. Oh man, I'm just ticking everybody off with this one.
I can't wait to see this disaster.
Use a system called a KME, and it is a controlled angle where I can make sure when I put it in my vise and I have the knife clamped in, I can make sure my angle here is accurate on both sides of the knife, and then I can try to set a middle point where if this is, let's say, going to be 20 degrees, getting to here and here by different ways I play with it, or if how I adjust it, I can maybe keep this to, let's say, 22 and 22, and it keeps everything very, very consistent, and I can keep my bevel edge very consistent, as opposed to having this bevel be huge up here because I'm trying to make it be something it just can't be, and you're removing too much material. When you freehand on a stone, really it's tough not to lift up. It's tough to keep it perfect. And a lot of people will say, oh yeah, I just reprofiled this. It's at 17 degrees for the knife, both sides. Really? Sure about that? You did it by hand and you eyeballed it and guessed it, and it's perfect and 17 on both sides all the way through? A lot of people say a lot of things.
Mine is an evil laugh.
Yeah. Moving on. Sorry. Not feeling overly well. That kind of covers the vast majority of different things I talk about when I do the knife videos. It's really tough to show somebody a rolled edge or a damage. I mean, a chip is easy. You can see a chip. Rolled edge, tough. Finding the burr, tough. Wire edge is the nemesis of a lot of people that are just learning sharpening, that are pulling their hair out going, it was sharp yesterday, I cut one thing and it's dull, the knife's junk. No, it ain't junk. It was just a wire edge. So that more or less sums up everything that I wanted to talk about. Let's see, do we want to get into strops? No, I think that's pretty basic. Yeah, I'm good with it. Y'all take care of yourselves, take care of each other. This was knife sharpening by a complete and total idiot. Hopefully made simple. Bye.